Got a huge show for you guys today here on the Bama Tailgate YouTube channel. Dawson Merritt commits to Alabama. We're going to talk about the Tide's latest commit and that first wolf. Yeah, he's a wolf. Coming to Tuscaloosa as a linebacker. And five-star Caleb Cunningham on the show. Yep, he's going to be here with us. We're going to talk about Jasper Johnson, the five-star basketball recruit. And then Brett's going to slide in here and tell you what's going on today in the world and in history and whose birthday it is. So it's a big show. Like and subscribe. Give us a thumbs up. Share with your Bama friends. If you like hanging out with us, we want you to share with your Bama friends. Tell them about it. And one thing that I want to really make clear to you guys is that we appreciate you being here. We want you to have a great day and roll Tide. Right, we got a show for you. There he is, Big Sexy Elmo. He is the star of the show. I'm Mick Gillespie at Broadcaster Mick, just a trusty sidekick for Big Elmo as he becomes famous all across the Yellowhammer State. At Brett Elmore Show, and I'm at Broadcaster Mick, and you know him from WJLX Radio. All right, let's get out of this and let's get into this right here, Brett. When you talk about things going on, boom, the 10th commitment of the month of June for this staff, one of the top linebackers in the country. He's coming in to play the wolf position. He's a football legacy. His dad was in the NFL, Dawson Merritt.
Oh, is that what a wolf does? Oh,
yeah.
Something like that. Yeah, we've been talking about this guy a lot. And, baby, welcome home. Yeah, his dad's Dave Merritt. Coached, I think he still coaches for the Kansas City Chiefs. They're the DBs. But, yeah, I talked a lot about this guy over the past couple months. Blue Valley High School there in Kansas. And another big-time commit, 6'3", 215. And the guy chooses Alabama over just a bucket load of other schools.
Shout out to the guys at On3 for breaking this. 6'3", 215 pounds, was considered by Missouri, Oklahoma, came down to Alabama and Nebraska. We've been following this for a while. Remember, he put on his Twitter, give me likes and thumbs up and all that stuff if you're for Alabama and Nebraska. Nebraska killed us in that poll. But
yeah, I was about to say.
It really didn't matter to him when he was picking what college to go to. So this is a big one, though, because Alabama's had a lot of success on the offensive side of the ball. This is a big-time get on the defensive side of the ball.
Yeah, and, I think some fans, including myself, seem like all we've been talking about is the offensive side of the football. It's like, well, when's these defensive guys? When are we going to talk about those big old defensive guys? Because, in Alabama, we like to play defense because of that old saying, defense wins championships. Remember you hearing that all the time? At least I did growing up. My dad would say, defense wins championship, boy. And everybody, the old school fan loves the good defense, and I do too, man. I love those mean, stingy defenses, and we're putting together another one.
Yeah, we sure are. Okay, so that's good news. Dawson Merritt commits to Alabama, and we promised you an exclusive interview, and you're going to get it right now. At least you're going to get a tidbit of it. We're not giving you the whole thing, but we're going to talk to we're bringing on Caleb Cunningham, five-star recruit out of Mississippi, and he's going to tell you who's number one on his list. He dropped his top 6. But he's about to tell you who's numero uno. I'm going to let him tell you himself.
You took a trip, of course, to Alabama, the visit to Alabama.
True stuff, but the main thing is putting the work in first, things like
that. You took a trip, of course, to Alabama, the visit. How'd it go?
Oh, man, it was great. It was one of the best ones, I got them at number one because, why not be built by Bama? Bama's a great place. They got a great coaching staff. They have like great energy about them, like Coach Shep. Like, oh man, like he got a loud voice, and that's what I like about him. He got great energy about him. And then like, if you like in another room, you can hear him in the other room. That's what I like about him. He loud, got that great energy, and then it's like the whole coaching staff got like great energy about me. Even on the defensive side of the ball, they got great energy about me. That's what I like about them. Then they got the resources that I need to be successful. And then, for my position, that'll be a great place to be. So why not Bama?
Hey, what about playing for a head coach that was a wide receiver in Kalen DeBoer?
Oh, that's real. That's great right there. I love to play with like a coach like that. He was a really good receiver when he was in high school. I seen the numbers and stuff. So that'd be good having because when I went to the practice, he was really focused on the receiver. And I know that's what he gonna do. He gonna really focus on like the receiver because that way he play, and then like he can always give us details like what we need to work on. That's really good for Bama.
There it was. That was a sneak peek.
Sneak peek. When are we going to get the full version, they say?
We're going to get it today. We're going to drop it today. But we just wanted to let you guys be first to taste that a 5-star wide receiver out of the Magnolia State is got Alabama going boom, 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 boom. And he talks a lot about what his visit was like and what he liked about Alabama and some of the guys that influenced him. And who else likes Alabama? He gave you a little information on somebody else too in this.
Yeah, yes, he did. So we will tease you with that. Some great insight. And let me tell you, just you can't help but like that kid. That kid's got so much energy and got an infectious smile. And he's just, man, it's a great interview and can't wait for everybody to watch it.
All right, well, click today, guys. That will be coming out at 10 a.m.
10 a.m.
10 a.m. You can watch it at 10 a.m. The whole thing.
The whole
All
thing.
Right, another guy, 5-star prospect, basketball. We're going to talk a little bit of hoops right now. If you haven't heard yet, Alabama is picked to win the national championship. They've got a guy named Mark Sears on their team that is coming back with a whole host of guys that can play. Even Bruce Pearl was talking about what would it be like if somebody transferred from Alabama to Auburn in football? It would spice that rivalry up a little bit, right? Well, Alabama basketball did that. They're fired up. And Jasper Johnson made his visit to Tuscaloosa. On3 covered it. And I'll tell you, man, it's exciting. It's exciting to see what's going on right now.
Yeah, we were talking before we hit the air about, we need some basketball to talk about because we're excited about the season just like everyone else. I was at a restaurant the other night and they said, this guy I was talking to, he said, this is the first time my son said he's more excited about the basketball season starting than football season. And I said, well, it's getting hot and his kid's a student at Alabama. But Jasper Johnson, like the name, first of all, he's 6'4", 175 pounds, a shooting guard. And they say when this guy gets hot, he gets hot. And he's also a lefty. You know what they used to call me on the basketball court? Hefty lefty. The hefty lefty underneath. Uh-huh. I just didn't have enough skill to go to a place like Alabama. But I will tell you this. He's from Branson, Missouri. And there's a lot of people on his radar, like, once again, North Carolina, Kentucky, Auburn. Folks are heading, looking at this 5-star and salivating, but he was on campus, and it'd be a nice get for Coach Oats and the Tide basketball team. Yeah.
Look, 6'4", he'll be a senior. He's originally from Lexington, Kentucky. Now figure that out. And he's the number 10 overall player in the country, according to On3. And he's visited Alabama 3 times. Then, this is an official visit. He's got a great connection with Nate Oats. Can Nate Oats really pull a guy out of Kentucky? Grew up in that blue blood area. You're right. He lives in Missouri now. But could Alabama really win this guy over? They describe him as a Brandon Miller type of player. I feel like they can, because everyone seems to really want to play with Nate Oats right now and this Bama program. All the momentum, Brett, all of it.
Yeah, I don't think there's any doubt that he can pull him out of the state of Kentucky. He's recruited well too, and everyone's on the table, man. He doesn't fear going into someone's backyard and stealing a player, and he definitely doesn't fear playing anyone, and that's what I love, man. The schedule that he's put together gets you ready for March Madness. He's out and he's busted his tail recruiting, and it's paying off, man. It's paying off. Alabama's the odds-on favorite to win the national championship, not in football, in basketball.
I know, crazy. Let's win it in both. Let's win it in both, guys. I want to tell you that the show's always presented by our friends at Pearl River Resort, celebrating 30 years over in Philadelphia, Mississippi. They're doing it with a bang. They got Boys to Men coming on July the 5th. July the 6th is Big and Rich. Remember Big and Rich sung the intro to College Game Day there for a while? Well, we're giving away tickets to Big and Rich. We just decided we wanted to do that for you. So we're going to tell you how to win those tomorrow on the show. And then you guys get an opportunity to go to Philadelphia and watch Big and Rich, Gretchen Wilson, perform on July the 6th. But they've got a lot of other cool things over there. The Timeout Sports Lounge, which is a Vegas-style sports book that you can legally gamble, watch all the big games. You got the window if you need some help, the kiosks, all that stuff. Table games and slots in Silver Star and Golden Moon casinos. You got the spa. You also have the water park. And then the other thing you got to remember right now is it's golf time, and Dancing Rabbit Golf Course is the Augusta you can play. And if you go put $50 down on the sports book, you can play Dancing Rabbit for just $40, which is a great deal. And we appreciate them for being part of this. When we return from this very quick timeout, Brett Elmore will take over the helm of the show.
River Resort. They call him Big Sexy. Coming at you from the Walker County. Jasper is his hometown. He's known for giving free rundowns. Oh, Big Sexy. Throwing out those Alabama thoughts. Sneaking out your mom's window without getting caught. It gives you the XP, but Big Elmo is here to please. Big Sexy Elmo on the Bama Tailgate Show.
Yes, it is the 27th day of the month. The month's almost over, Mick. Almost over. But we look at celebrity birthdays. Tobey Maguire, Spider-Man, is 49 today.
Love Spider-Man. You know that I think we've all agreed that Iron Man with Morton Downey Jr. is number one. Spider-Man's number two. And that's a close race because, of course, Spider-Man's based on a true story. Tobey Maguire was bit by a spider, and then, obviously the venom, kind of turned him into a man that can do a lot of different things. And I love it, and I love the adventures and how he has saved the world on numerous occasions from some pretty bad guys, including who are some of the guys that the Gollum, isn't that the guy? No, Green Goblin, the Green Goblin.
Green Goblin. Yeah. Yeah. It wasn't until about 45 seconds ago until I realized that was based on a true story. So they really need to do that one about the guy that I knew that got bit by a spider and they had to amputate a toe.
The brown recluse.
Yeah, the brown recluse. And also we had a mutual friend who had Rocky Mountain spotted fever one time, but that's from ticks. That's not from Spiders.
Well, can I say this? He beat Electro, Dr. Octopus, Chameleon, Scorpion, Hobgoblin. So and Kingpin. So he took out some of the worst people to ever come across the town he lived in.
Isn't that something? Anyway, he's 49 today.
Yeah.
And let's see. J.J. Abrams is 58 today.
Man, I loved him on Good Times. I mean, he would come in there and he would say "Dynamite," and I was like, "Whoa!" Now, and that was kind of like he would wait the whole show, and then he would say that, and then it would be like it always came at the right time.
That's Jimmy J.J. Walker. I'm talking about J.J. Abrams.
Oh man, is that different J.J.?
Different J.J. He's the producer, the director. He did Lost. He did the Star Trek movies, did Star Wars Episode 7, The Force of Awakens or whatever it's called. He's 58 today.
Never heard of him.
You've never heard of J.J. Abrams?
Nope.
Weird. Have you ever heard of Ted Haggard?
Yeah, actually, I met him at Old York, kind of late in his career. And
that guy was
does that
Haggard.
21 in prison, doing life without parole, kind of like an outlaw.
This guy may be a cousin, but he's a disgraced evangelical preacher. Don't know what made him famous. I'm really interested to know now. But he's on my list of celebrities. So
wait a second. He didn't sing with Willie Nelson and Hank Williams Jr.
No.
Chris Christopherson.
Well, Hank Jr. wasn't in that anyway. We were talking about the Highwaymen. But anyway, Ted's 60.
Waylon Jennings.
Waylon Jennings, all of them. Do you know a gal by the name of Khloe Kardashian?
Yes, actually, I do.
She's my age today. She's 40.
Oh, good. Yeah.
Yeah. The Kardashians.
She's a looker.
She's a looker. Babe alert. And finally, Vera Wang. I know you wear some of her stuff. She's a fashion designer. 76 today.
I like some of that crazy stuff. Like if I could, if I could afford that stuff, I would wear it. I mean, look, I get my clothes free from the floor Bama, but when I'm not like, if they gave me the free clothes, I'd wear them.
Really? Yeah. That would, when we go to Vegas here in a couple of weeks, you may fit right in.
Hey, I told you what I want. What do I want to do out in Vegas? Tell everyone. I want to go to the Dead Show dressed as.
Oh, you want to go to the Dead Show dressed as me?
Elvis.
Elvis.
Yeah.
Hey, that'd be a good
idea.
How
did you forget that?
You never told me that.
David Lee, our friend, was going to let me borrow one of his Elvis outfits.
What? God,
like,
that would be so cool.
He said he's got like 100 of them, and maybe there's one that fits me. Oh.
Hey, dude. That's how we could pay for a bunch of stuff. I would be the Colonel Tom Parker, you'd be the Elvis, and we'd spend a couple hours in the streets, and man, we could make some cash.
That would be fun. Like to take a picture, you got to Venmo us like $5.
You're right. Yeah.
That'd be awesome.
$10.
$5 each.
Also, let's see. If you're looking for something to celebrate, today is Helen Keller Day.
Hey, look, Helen Keller had a dorm at on campus at Alabama, and then there's like Helen Keller Roads in the state. One of the most famous people ever from the state of Alabama, and did a lot of good for people that couldn't see, right? And so, just a hero, really a hero. I mean, not a hero that we talk about a lot, but those people back then, you were blind. I mean, it was a pretty bad deal, and she did a lot of great stuff.
Yeah, and it's Helen Keller Day because she was born this day in 1880. Today is National Bingo Day.
You're a bingo guy. Like anybody in Jasper knows that when they go to the pie factory, or as some people call it factory, the pie factory, and it's bingo night, they know that big sexy Elmo is going to be there yelling out B13.
Oh, 69. I don't know why that one gets everybody in a rage, but it does. Today is, I know you're a big ice cream guy, Nick. I know. But we haven't even talked about this before. National Ice Cream cake day.
Right. I love ice cream cake. I actually had one for my birthday this year. You know that. You probably know that. It's the thing about an ice cream cake is you have to eat it fast. If you pull it out, you better be ready to go, and then you put it back in there. But they're so good, man. And now they, like when I was a kid, there was a place called Carvel Ice Cream, and you got your cookie pusses and other cakes, ice cream cakes from there.
Yeah.
You guys aren't gonna believe me. So let me just pull up a cookie puss just so that you know that I'm not making
Mick,
it up.
I want you to do that. I want you to do that real quick, and I want you to prove that you know what you're talking about, because guess what, pal? This is
there's a cookie puss right there. See it?
I do. Not what I envisioned.
So I was a big cookie puss guy. I loved cookie puss.
I could see that.
I wanted that cake. And you could do different stuff because look, the nose is a cone, but you could do different styles and stuff. But Carvel ice cream,
that is pretty cool. Next birthday, guess what you're getting?
Cookie puss.
That's right.
They also had like a whale. I forget what the whale's name was. It was like Chubby the Whale or something. They had like different names for the different cakes that back in the day.
Today's National Onion Day. Do you like onions? People either love onions or hate them. I love onions.
I do too, man. I love onions. Onions with my steak. When you took me out for the steak dinner, we split onions and mushrooms, which is a must for a steak. I had a Whataburger yesterday in Birmingham, and it had onions on it, like chopped onions. It was absolutely a delicious burger. Yeah. And I went 3 patties. I mean, I went big. Go big or go home. But yeah, onions are good, except that if you are going on a date, maybe not onions.
Probably not. National Sunglasses Day is today.
Okay.
Also National Women's Fly Fishing Day. It is also Pineapple Day. I love pineapple. Yeah. That is that's one of my favorite fruits. But I got a hold of some about 2 weeks ago, and it felt like my entire mouth had an acidic film. I don't know. It tasted weird.
Yeah.
And have you ever got a hold of something like that one time?
No, but
you know what I'm talking about.
Did you ride around? Are you the guy that rides around with the pineapple in your cart upside down?
No, that's on my someone gave that to me as a gift, and I hung it on my door. And for some reason, people come by and knock all the time. I think it's the folks from the church.
Yeah, that's right.
On this day in history, guess who was born this day? Can you believe this? In 1927, the original Captain Kangaroo was born.
Captain Kangaroo. Yeah, man, I loved Captain Kangaroo and Mr. Green Jeans. And a lot of people were like, who are these people? Captain Kangaroo's even in a song, like there's a song that he's mentioned in.
Smoking cigarettes and watching Captain Kangaroo.
Yeah.
I just don't know what to do. But yeah, he was born.
I was trying to harmonize with you.
Yeah, you did a great job. Let's see what else. Really a whole lot. TV series The Flip Wilson Show aired for the last time this day in 1974.
Okay.
Let's see. Betty Davis Eyes in 1981 by Kim Carnes reached #1 on the charts.
Great song. Yeah. Great song. Love it. Yeah. Back in the day I did. I mean, it'll pop up on the 80s channel some too.
Yeah. Of course, we all remember, and I'll end with this, 1994 Playboy playmate Anna Nicole Smith and billionaire J. Howard Marshall II are married. He died in August of 95, which was about a year later. And Smith battled for the rest of her life for what she claimed was her fair share of his estate.
Yeah.
Gold digger or not?
Well, you know what? It might have been his message to the rest of his family. I'm sure you turn around when you got that much money and you realize how superficial and you know, and basically just how spoiled everyone is. And then you're like, you know what? I'm going to be spoiled, and I'm just going to bring a supermodel in. And she was gorgeous. And you know what? Have fun, guys. Have fun.
Was it true love, you think?
Yeah. Definitely. Love at first sight when she saw his bank account.
Yeah. Exactly.
Good for her.
Well, good for him.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. If I had that kind of money, hello, ladies. Where have y'all been?
Big sexy homo as a billionaire. It has a different sound to it.
If I hit the Powerball, there'll be signs
and big money grip. That's
great.
All right, guys, don't forget he's on WJLX 101.5. You can watch him on here every day. You can listen on the app and check out. He's really funny. He does his show Monday through Friday, 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. in the morning. And then don't forget, we're hooking you guys up. You better take advantage of this. I'm telling you right now, you're not going to get a better deal, 25% off at newlifeart.com when you use the promo code Bama Tailgate. That includes all the classics like Brett's got in his background there. And you want to pimp out your man cave, or somebody's got a gift, there's a wedding and you want to get somebody the perfect wedding gift or birthday gift. All Bama fans love Daniel Moore prints. We just do. You know, when I go in there, I'm still like a kid in a candy store. Somebody came in and bought a print while I was in there last time, and we were just looking at it in awe. Like it was one of the canvas prints. Yeah, 25% off those. And I'm just like, man, they just look so good. And they look great in your living room back there, and they look great in offices and restaurants, and they're great gifts.
And we should ask Caleb Cunningham, you know, one day, Caleb, you could be in a Daniel Moore print.
Yeah, that would be awesome. All right, guys, thanks for hanging out with us. Really fun show. We'll do it again tomorrow. And thanks for being here. We really appreciate you, and Roll Tide.